Pick a card, your juicy justice. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you at your reading. Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Psychic MD, and we are here to do another pick a card for you. Today's theme is Juicy Justice. What's being balanced for you? So take a look at your options. Today we have this little popsicle. It's already been bitten. We have this stack of macaroons. I believe that's what that's called. And we have this ice cream for pile number 3. Juicy Justice. Let me get some sagey sage and we'll get going here. Not me choking right after I try filling. Here we go. So observe your piles, your options, your objects. And this is Juicy Justice once again. What's being balanced in your life? Pile number 1 with a popsicle, 2 with the macaron stacks, and pile number 3 with the ice cream cone. I will see you at your pile. These are your selections. Please pause if you need more time. Hi pile 1, welcome to my channel. My name is Griselle with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do your reading. If you chose this cute little popsicle, then this message is for you. Now, the first thing that I was intuitively gutted to talk to you about a little bit is that this is a layering. Obviously, we're seeing layers right here, and it is a layer of justice. It's going to look a little bit different for each person because, of course, we're reading for a multitude of people. This is a general read. If you would like a private reading, feel free to contact me. I should be opening up my Etsy store pretty soon here. It'll make things a little bit easier for you. So, a layering. I feel like part of this layering is realization. Realization from other people that perhaps they've done you wrong. For some of you guys, they've stolen from you. They've stolen your inheritance, your security, your self-confidence. So we're going to get into this. But also, I feel like all of that is returning. For some of you guys, a real crime has been committed here. Not that those things are not, you know, crimes, but I'm actually softening my gaze and looking into the forest, and what I see right now are 2 people holding hands. And so this could have been a collaboration of people. This could have been somebody coming against you with your connection with someone else, because I see a skeletal figure behind that. If that resonates with you, then this is your reading. And if not, bear with me. I'm going to do an energy check. Juicy Justice, what's being balanced for pile number 1, please? Okay. Anxiety. And the King of Pentacles. Yep. And then I just say stability. So stability is being balanced for you. You have had a lot of anxiety, a lot of angst, a lot of sleepless nights. I feel like part of it, you've not been able to speak your truth. And I think even though that's a top layer, I'm feeling like the popsicle colors, because I'm thinking about chakras, is more like this, okay? So we're addressing the foundation first. And you have not been able to speak your truth at all. And I feel like that's caused quite a problem for you, not only in your, pardon me, yeah, in your regular life, but in your spiritual life as well. And it's a problem for many, many different reasons, because you haven't been able to kind of get that out of your system. I feel like this is a form of darkness that maybe even still eludes you. You might not even know the complete, the magnitude of it, I guess, is what I'm trying to see or say. And right now I'm just, of course, softening my gaze. I look at all the things and I happen to be looking, and there's a reflection on the ceiling right now, ricocheting, and it reminds me of a phoenix. So I feel like this is going to help you to rise from the ashes. So maybe you feel like you have crashed and burned. Maybe you've even had like failure to launch, or maybe you've just never attained the level of success that you felt like you really wanted to, because there was like no support. Or something was obscured from your vision. It's about to be made known. Juicy Justice. What's been balanced here? Because this affects your foundation. That's correct. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So I feel like even with the red flag here, the banner, this could have been something from your very young age. I feel like that was stolen. For some of you guys, here we go. I can't help but say that some of you guys suffered some SA when you were very young, possibly just a wee child. And if that is your situation, then, I mean, I really hope that you're getting the help that you need, because there's nothing that I can say or anyone can say to make that feel any better. But I'm going to say that, pardon me, your throat chakra was deeply affected. You haven't been really able to speak your truth, to get it out there. Not that you're like trying to spam the world with your business. That's not the point. But the point is to be able to speak your truth in order for you to have a healthy, balanced life of your own. Okay. And so I feel like the time has come that you are balancing all things out. And I heard the system. Interesting. Somebody could have been going to jail, or can be in jail, be going to jail soon. Pardon me. Yeah, but if you have a problem when you're speaking that your throat chakra is doing like the noises that I'm making, I was fine before I started this reading, then, you know, it could be an issue with your throat chakra, and it's feeling of powerlessness, of not being able to feel secure enough to speak your truth. And now I feel like this red banner here, yeah, alludes to security, stability. I feel like you have the safety, because what happens when you start feeling safe and you've been in like atrocious, horrible situations is that when you start feeling safe, you start to decompress. All of a sudden, it could be that you don't like want to do anything. You feel like lack of motivation, but you feel more at peace and you feel safe. And subconsciously, you're able to start speaking a lot more of your truth, and you're starting to heal. So I feel like that very much is a thing for you. Look at those buildings. I feel like with the truth that you're speaking, you're building, I feel like, a whole village for yourself, and not just a village, but maybe in a community that can understand and comprehend where you're coming from, where you're going, and maybe even assist and provide a foundation for you to stand on so that you don't feel isolated as much any longer. Okay. So this time of like grieving, of sadness, of darkness, and not knowing, I feel like that is pretty much coming to an end, but it will be by layers. Nothing is going to be fixed. Excuse me. It won't be repaired, you know, as easily as I wish I could say, yeah, that'll be just fixed for you. But juicy justice, this is being balanced for you. And I feel like everything is coming out into the open. There could have been a long time that had passed between your childhood and maybe you're older. Maybe you're like 70% gray like me, or even more. I don't even know, because I got a lot of hair on my head. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to say that a lot of time has passed. A lot of time has transpired between this and you've still carried that darkness with you. But now I feel like you're able to speak your truth. And I even like that it's coming out with like pastel blues, because I feel like your truth is very watery. It isn't like emotional watery. It's very much like healing. It's like a turquoise vibe. Yeah, turquoise could be a favorite color, or the stone turquoise. Blue turquoise can be significant, but also maybe perhaps a yellow turquoise might be beneficial for you as well. A bumblebee jasper might not be a bad idea for you. Okay, so why are these cards here? Juicy justice. What's being balanced? I feel like your foundation, I feel like your birthright is given back to you, being given back to you. I feel like other people around the situation that knew are also getting exposed. Yeah, and I feel like there were a lot of people that just didn't want to do a damn thing. Okay, I'm just going to say it just the way it is. So this has to do with inheritance, with money, with your birthright, with also a lost childhood. Okay, so if that does not describe you, this is probably not your reading. Juicy justice. What's being balanced here? I'm looking, this is really, it is what it is. It almost looks like train tracks on her lap. Okay, and so we have a lot of emotion behind this, and I feel like you don't really have a lot of design. And you're not trying to bring darkness. You're not trying to do retribution or payback. I don't feel like you're trying to incarcerate anybody. I do feel like you're just trying to speak your truth and gain your ground once again. I feel like you're wearing sensible shoes. You know that everything gets maybe conquered one step at a time. You waited for a long time. And I don't necessarily feel like you're kind of like, oh, let me put my business out there, or let me conquer, let the world know. I want retribution. There needs to be punishment. What's the ramification? None of that stuff is going to matter to you. I feel like you have a very much, why do I speak like that? I don't know. I feel like you very much have a pure soul. And with that, soul, you have been blocked. Your heart chakra has definitely been affected during this. And I mean, it's no wonder. Okay, but that is about to open up. So let's find out a little bit more about the justice that is coming towards you. Justice and a balance. Yeah. Justice and a balance about heartache, heartbreak, betrayal, about being done dirty. Okay, I feel like the clouds are parting, and I feel like other people are starting to see. And although we shouldn't have to really, I don't know, we shouldn't have to look at other people for what is that word, encouragement or validation. Thank you. We shouldn't have to look for validation elsewhere. It's really nice when you get it. Because I'm going to say that you've been placed in a situation where maybe you were repressed for a long, long time. I feel like many, many years, in fact. And with all this gray sky, it's been really difficult to kind of move ahead and sort of live the way everybody else did. Maybe you felt very, very isolated from a young age up until now, and you're starting to see the dawn break. I feel like there have been a lot of tears right here. But I feel like part of your juicy justice and what's being balanced is now you're not the only one who's crying. And again, I don't think about vendetta or bad juju or energy being sent anyone's way. This is just the law of cause and effect. And there is sooner or later people going to be paying the piper over things that have been done like that. And I almost see like this kind of blob. I don't even know what that is. It looks like chocolate syrup, like a movie theater. A movie, back in the old days, they used to use, I think, chocolate syrup for blood way back when. But anyways, this looks to me almost like two hands reaching out for the two swords, and we have the two swords echoing here. And that could be something that you haven't wanted to bring forth to light because you don't want other people involved or people to know or things like that. But it's beyond your control right now, because I feel like Spirit's saying it's time to pay the piper, and everything is being revealed. The clouds are parting, and people are able to see the rainstorm and the storm and the pure effery that you have been involved in, that you've been put through, no fault to your own. If this is your story, and if you know, you know. Yeah, because look, this is you. You have held all those emotions within. You have kind of held that secret to yourself, maybe between you and your therapist and a few close friends, and that has not been your MO to go out there and like spam other people. But that is a layering. I see definitely hearing, look, healing, and maybe there is going to be a hearing in here, a hearing about, what happened, a hearing where elders are being looked upon and saying, well, what exactly did you do? You're supposed to be the trusted one, and yet there's no foundation here. So I feel like people are being held accountable, and this child seems to be held away from this person walking over. And it almost looks like she's kind of like, yeah, beware of, remember way back when in the day, depending on how old you are, it used to be that we're like, oh yeah, don't go next to Uncle Fred, don't hang out next to cousin so-and-so or uncle so-and-so. And it's because they were a danger to children. I'm just going to say it like that. And instead of, being proactive and eliminating that, it was just a part of our society that unfortunately we accepted that as like an okay thing. And it wasn't spoken about, and the cycle continued. It was just awful. So I feel like that person could be having a hearing. If it's not a formal hearing, then I feel like that person is going to undergo judgment from spirit, judgment from higher ups. These all jumped out, so let's just take them. The juicy justice, what's being balanced in your life outside of your root chakra being more grounded than ever before, you being able to really experience love again and trust again and open up, healing in your heart chakra. I feel like the biggest thing that people are actually going to see actively is you speaking your truth swiftly, concisely, in a determined manner. And I feel like that's going to take you places. I feel like you're not afraid to even enter the Sahara Desert on this bike. Okay, you're like, you know what? I don't know. I never jumped on a motorcycle before. We're just going to do it, and you're going to just flow with it and do it very well. Of course, in real life, not highly recommended, but you get the point here. I feel like you're going to enter into the trenches and just do what you have to do. And this is going to propel, compel, and also you're going to have a lot of momentum behind you, backing you up. So I feel like this is an inspiration to other people. You waited for a long, long time, and it felt like these little shifts. It was just a freaking joke to you. Once upon a time, you're like, okay, well, where can I escape? Can I get justice? Can I get footing under myself, and just so I can move forward? Can I leave everything behind? And it was really difficult. And I feel like you just always sought security, but everything that was coming to port just failed to come or made a U-turn, and you have just been kind of stranded waiting, and that is no more. All right, especially with the sun right here. The Five of Swords kind of loses its power, but I feel like all manners of deceit. This even looks like a lab coat. This could be a doctor. This could be a malpractice suit. This could be somebody who took advantage of somebody while they weren't under medical care, something like that. So, you know, this could be the person had a profession that they were seeing as a doctor, had a PhD, and they weren't necessarily the doctor as in like a white coat thing, but they have a PhD. But whatever the case may be, I feel like their power is lessening, and they are absolutely being exposed because they've done it to other people as well, unfortunately. And here the Two of Swords falling. So things are going to be spoken. You are moving on. And you're moving on quickly and swiftly and strongly into calmer waters. You're taking all of your experiences. And this is stuff that you've learned and gleaned painstakingly by yourself, probably. And maybe with some help with some therapists and a few friends. But you've learned how to navigate these waters. And you are about to embark upon a whole new journey. One of peace. I don't think I should be showing that. Anyways, one of clarity, one of abundance, and one of cooperation. So you could also be overcoming a lot of different things that you have suppressed in the past, such as like body dysmorphia and things like that. Yeah, you're looking at things from a different perspective. But you know what though? Pile number one, so is everybody else. So I think that people that didn't understand you once upon a time, because maybe you weren't really super open. I mean, you're not going to walk around and announce things like that, you know. But I think that this could be something that really opens up people's eyes and really gives them a different perspective on you. And if you've been judged harshly because simply you wouldn't like throw other people under the bus or expose them or whatever the case may be, I mean, I feel like your survival is number one. Everything else comes thereafter, okay? Then they're going to start understanding a lot more about what transpired. And it's going to explain a lot. Explain a lot. Bottom of the deck, what is going on here? Bottom of the deck, I have the Strength card. I feel like you're incredibly strong. I personally, yes, it just kind of gets on my nerves sometimes when people are like, you're so strong. I'm like, what choice do we have? Let's just roll over and die? I don't think so. I don't think so. But look, you're going to be taking a chance. You have a lot of healing. Why am I showing cards that are going to get me in trouble, obviously? Please hold. Yeah, but with your solar plexus being featured right here, I think that that's connected, you know, to your vocal cords and your throat chakra. You're going to be able to start speaking your truth. If you haven't already, it's going to happen like soon. And the good part about that is I feel like that's going to be part of your healing, okay? So the human condition needs to speak their truth in order to be able to move on and grow. But this is you being able to travel lightly once again. You don't have that heart being bound again by baggage that doesn't belong to you. And that is how you are being supported, okay? Divine healing right here. Incredible things coming for you. For sure. I really commend you and sending you really good juju. Much, much love to you. This is just an additional little thing for you. How are you going to be supported, please? We'd like to know. How's pile one being supported during this time? Trickery. So I feel like you're going to be told about some trickery. I feel like the great dragon, this could have been, you know, something that you spoke about as a child, or you felt like everything was just so ominous. I feel like that is being exposed. And this squirrel is being lured by the nut right here, by the dragon. And the dragon just wants to grab the squirrel and squish it, I'm sure. Or breathe fire into it. But you are protected from that, I feel, at this point in time. I feel like your innocence, yeah, is protected. It's a good time to say some prayers. It's never a bad time if you're the praying kind of person. I definitely am. But I feel like it's going to be important for you to just really commune. If you're not into prayer, the meditation, whatever you want to call it, commune with your higher self. Also, doing a lemon, like a master cleanse, is going to be helpful for you at this point in time, just to get rid of like residual energies and things from your body. That could be really helpful. Yellow could be a color that maybe suddenly attracts you and you've never had an interest in it before. What else? Yep. You're being released. You're being divinely supported because now you can release the past and all that was. And Again, all this rain, I see a lot of tears. I see a lot of bodies out here, a lot of things that you've had to put to rest, some sun rays in the background that maybe perhaps they never really came to fruition for you. But I feel like you're just leaving the past behind and you're welcoming in 2024, you know, with a new attitude, a new lease on life, a new way of doing things, and definitely blue skies. It is really incredibly beautiful here after having a lot of like rainy, stormy times. So I feel like you are beyond the rainy, the stormy, the depression, things like that. You're dealing with that. Make sure that you're cleansing your body, like doing spiritual baths and things like that. That's going to really be helpful for you as well. So if that's your story, a big, big hug to you. Much, much love to you. And if you're liking this content, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, namaste. Hi, Pile 2. My name is Crystal with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number 2, you chose the beautiful stack of macarons. We're doing Juicy Justice. What's being balanced in your life? The first one was pretty deep and heavy, so we're getting a little bit of sagey sage. Get that energy out of here and prepare for your reading. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Let's find out exactly what we have going on here. What is the Juicy Justice and the balance that is coming for you? These cards, I fear I'm going to have to shuffle outside of the camera simply because they're a little bit naughty according to the algorithms of YouTube. So we have to be careful as I throw them all over the place. We have jumpers. We have jumpers. Okay, so one of them, nope, they're all okay. So first of all, I'm going to say these are your jumpers, by the way. So first of all, I heard right away when I put this down, the odds are stacked against them. May the odds ever be in your favor. A little bit like the Hunger Games, that kind of a thing. And I feel like the odds are being stacked against them currently. So whatever or whomever it is that your spirit needs justice, that's being balanced and it's not going well for them because they have a lot of different things stacked against them. Now, with that being said, once again, on this channel, we don't do revenge. We don't look for anything like that. That's just not going to behoove anyone. That is simply up to spirit and whatever it is that spirit decides to do, at least as far as I'm concerned. But with that being said, I see the Four of Swords right here. You've not been able to really rest. You haven't been able to really get a break. You could have been dealing with a female B if you know, you know. Okay, B-I-T. My son, the reason why I don't spell the whole word is my son and I used to spell the word ball for privacy reasons. We didn't want the dogs to hear because they'd get all wound up. But then we figured out that we'd start spelling the full word, B-A-L-L, and the dogs would be like, oh my gosh, and they knew how. So we were convinced that they know how to spell. So we just spell B-A-L and we omit the rest of the letter. Anyways, FYI. Don't know why you need to know that, but here we are. Four of Swords right here. We are reversed. And this is a need to go ahead and get a little bit of rest. And you haven't been able to really get rest. You could be sleeping, but not resting. Very different, okay? Dealing with somebody who is a total B-I-T-C-H, okay? And I feel like this person, I feel like, is all up in their head. They could be somebody who's really disconnected from their emotions and really have no idea how they affect other people around them. Okay, with the Queen, this could be a mother figure. This could be a boss. This could be a coworker, a best friend, that something like that. And it doesn't have to be female either. This could just be somebody who embodies that feminine quality. And when you describe them, the word that you would probably use would be bitchy. Okay. So that's for one. Now, the King of Swords right here, this I feel like trumps everything else. It is in the upright. And I feel like you know now what's being rectified in the Juicy Justice, what's being balanced right here is you're coming within your power. With her blue outfit, once again, I feel like you are speaking your truth. I feel like things have been stacked against this person and they've committed offense over offense over offense. Offense, not offense, okay? And I think that you have, I don't want to say like evidence against her or him, but the point of the matter is that you've seen this behavior repeated over and over and over, and now you have receipts. And it's not about, again, like you did this, you did that, but it is about standing up for yourself. And right here I see like one bird, And once again, this person is upside down, just like, I don't know. I feel like whatever they have going on, they're taking it out on you. That's what I feel. You could have a female around you who is like negative Nancy to you, or all of a sudden just doesn't like you, or takes out her aggression and her misery on you, his or her misery. Now, what's being in balance is that you're speaking your truth. And I do feel like once upon a time, maybe you guys were able to communicate. This is communication, reciprocal energy. This is ICU, not as in the hospital ICU. No. Nay. This is as in I see you. Okay. It's like we have reciprocal energy. We have like the hand of God, the hand of Moses, the hand of whomever is really supporting us, because we see and we have the same vision. And I never noticed back here, I see it's almost like a sun, and it's a glorification of this Holy Grail cup. It is unusual to come by. It is beautiful, and it makes your heart sing whenever you encounter that. Now, the problem with that is that that Holy Grail, I don't know if it's been snuffed out or if the cup has been dumped or what transpired, but this person is just not in their right mind. And I feel like with the pink right here, you're very grounded, but you know how to defend yourself. You know how to utilize words and the information necessary in order to address this thing that is going on here. For a lot of you guys, I feel like this is work related, by the way. And I feel like you're coming into your own insofar as like you're able to address things in this issue with love, with a memory of, we once upon a time had a connection, and I don't know what happened, and I don't know why you're so angry with me all the time, but I'm telling you that this is not okay, and the buck stops here, and this is the end. And perhaps you're saying that this is the end of our journey together. So if this is somebody that you threw in your lot together, if you are in a collaboration, if you are roommates, if you are friends, if you are co-workers, whatever, I feel like that is something that is definitely on the line, and you're not afraid to use your sword because you're already sitting on concrete. Listen, pile number 2, you're already uncomfortable, okay? How many macaroons are you going to stack, right? Before you figure that this just ain't going nowhere. The ground is frozen solid. There's really nowhere else to go. So I feel like your communication style is going to be clear, concise, no nonsense, to the point. And I have these 2 birds right here. So you could be flying away. You could be flying the coop. You could be saying, what? Juicy justice for pile number 2. That's what's up. I feel like you are in the middle or in the process or just about to speak your truth. I feel like the clouds are going to part and things are going to finally make sense to you in a manner that it doesn't excuse the past behavior of this situation, this person, but it will put things in a balance. I do feel like you have strong intuition, because this also gives me the high priestess vibe where you have your positive and negative polarity. I feel like you can see behind the veil as well, but you are thinking about your security and you're like, yo, you know, we were kind of cool. We were really cool. And I was feeling the vibes, and all of a sudden something radically happened. And so whatever it is, I'm not saying we have to be close. You can't force anybody to love and care for you. But the justice in the situation is you're cutting it off. You are done with it. And the ribbon that you have, this is almost like a magenta. It's an echo of what is behind this curtain right here. Okay, so the color magenta could be something that's like a favorite thing or a new favorite thing or something of importance, or the color like a deep pink on the verge of magenta. Could be something. And yeah, you have successfully like crossed into, I want to say, a new portal, a new element, a new you. Okay, you're embodying your power, you're embracing your power, and you're speaking your truth. Even if you made attempts before to kind of rectify the situation or gain clarity, it has gone nowhere. And this person continues to be a being. And it's almost like on a personal level that they can actually take it out on you because they're entitled, or they have a title, or because they sign your paycheck, or they're in a position of authority, whether it's in the family or in some kind of an industry. It doesn't make a difference. This could even be like a business partner or something like that. But I think that you're done with that and you are moving on. And why am I showing all this stuff? Because I'm going to definitely get in trouble here. Okay, so yeah, but this is moving on energy. This is you know, putting your foot down. And look, I've been talking about the high priestess. I feel like deep within your soul, you already know this. There is a need for you to move on. Things are not going well. And even though you've had like a good run together and it felt really, really good, I feel like in the recent, I don't even know, 6 months. Okay. Yes, I did just count the macarons with my finger on camera. I don't care. But listen, It could have been a rough 6 months of not understanding, of feeling intuitively if something's going on, of you really making mental note, of knowing, of even possibly confronting. There's a really thin veil. I mean, I don't even know why that little tarp is up there, except, you know, they have to go to the high priestess before they typically contact the higher order or God or spirit, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to say that your intuition has been on point the whole time. This could be something like business involving like a laptop or some form of communication, but it's been at least 6 months, I feel, okay, that things have not been good at all. And things are in dire straits and you've known it and they know it. And I feel like it's turned toxic. Whatever this thing was that you were collaborating with, I feel like you're putting an end to it and you're making a statement. You're like, you know, this doesn't work for me with the 3 butterflies back there. I feel like, you know, you're speaking your piece. You're speaking your piece. You're transforming, transmuting the situation. Now, this is a call to return to something that you used to do before. And with the yellow house right here, I'm taking that to mean a lot of your solar plexus. This is what gets you up in the morning, what drives you, what makes you continue to go, what makes you, not makes you, but what type of enthusiasm and what makes you excited that you get up in the morning and you're like, even burning the midnight oil, it doesn't make a difference because you love what you do, okay? And I feel like you're returning to that, whatever that is. That love that you have, that passion, that desire, whether it's photography, whether it's making music, whether it's checking out subliminal messages. Sounds weird, but you know what I'm saying, like the different ways to kind of implant subliminals into, I don't know, what your channel, whatever the things are. I think that you're going to be investigating that and following your passion. And I think that that's a form of like, even this person is treating this child almost like a grown up with respect and with love. And I think that it's going to be a welcome change for you. You could have somebody who's mentoring you and you're like, really, I'm elevating, like this whole house is mine. And they're like, yep, I live right next to it. And I live in the turquoise one. I've been speaking my truth, but it's time for you to move into my old place. And it's a place where I discovered how to play again, how to enjoy my 5th house persona, how to become a child once again, how to pull out all the things that I used to dream about trying out and doing. And I just never gave myself permission to do so. So it's a lot of nostalgia and it's a lot of permission and self-permission to move forward and move on. Juicy justice. How is this justice? Because I feel like that was like, that's your message right here. Pile number 2. Juicy justice. We know this is being balanced. Look. Yep. So there is a need to make a choice. And it could be from an old lover, new lover, or this could be talking about even making new connections business-wise. But whatever it is that you're leaving, I feel like you're just done. You're kind of leaving that situation. I feel like it does hurt you, but I also see that you have an angel looking after you. And I feel like even though you might feel like you could be suffering some repercussions from this dissolution or dissolvement of a connection, I think that there's some stuff beneath the veil that, oh, this squirrel's so cute. I digress. Okay. He's like sneaking down. He's like, yep, I'm just going to come down here and check things out. They're so cute. Anyways, I feel like, you know, not only has your heart been hurt, but you're looking to move on. You're going to have to make a choice. You're coming to the quintessential fork in the road, if you will. Okay. I do feel like you have like an ancestor looking after you and they recognize it. I said, what is that, like foghorn, that big rooster, that chicken? It's an old cartoon. Well, anyways, I don't remember what it was called, but he would like stutter and he was kind of funny. I feel like this is an ancestor who's quite a bit older than you. Not all ancestors are older, you know, but this one is older and they've got the white hair. And I feel like they're just acknowledging, it's like, we understand that this has been painful, but you have actually passed a big test, like a really big test, and your level of communication and your level of transactional energy at this point is enabling you to have a full glow up. And I feel like intuitively you need it. You do need it. Okay, you need it. But also I feel like you know it. There are too many things stacked here. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm just feeling a lot of pride from this other person. Let me just see one more thing. The Queen of Wands. This person, yeah, could be, this person can be a business person, a mover and a shaker and a candlestick maker. They could have secrets of their own, but I feel like this person has withdrawn from the whole situation. They're cloaked. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be seen specifically by you. And why is that? Because I feel like you are the high priestess and you know a lot of secrets. They could really want to cloak their energy around you. And I don't really even know why this is, but in the end, does it really matter? The justice is that they won't continue. They won't be able to continue to abuse you verbally, mentally, emotionally, you know, however that abuse looks like to you. There is a brighter place for you. There is peace coming for you, into you, and security. And I feel like, you, again, the 5th house is being highlighted. I feel like you have a lot of admirers, people that would love to take you on if this is a business thing. But you have a lot going for you. So don't limit yourself. Don't let yourself hit this wall, because that horse is all about freedom. And that horse is not going to run into a wall, even if you want it to. So your time to rest is coming close, okay, if it hasn't already. And I think that you're just going to focus on your own personal, mental, emotional stability, including financial, and this could be the parting of ways. And, yeah, creation, what's up? Maybe you're a content creator. Maybe you are creating something that you never thought would actually make it to the forefront. And this is going to enable you to really take flight. I feel like you have a lot of ancestor energy around you that is really supportive. Almost like this dress looks like a pregnancy. So I feel like that's how you're being supported. And you could have, yeah, you could have a, okay, this might not be politically correct, but here we go. This, you could have like an ancestor or someone watching over you who is like Indian with a feather or with a dot, both, it doesn't make a difference. But I feel like this person, this entity, the spirit, is looking after your well-being. And I think that you're deeply connected. I feel like you read the room, you read the signs. Have faith that things are working out for you, for the betterment of you. And again, I feel creation, like the stomach, the belly, the growth, the pregnancy vibes, that kind of a thing. So what else? How are you being supported? I feel like whatever it is that you have in your belly, that fire in your belly, that desire to, yep, what? Juicy justice. What is being balanced? Pile number 2, balance. That's what's being balanced. Look, people are straight pissed off, okay? And what? You got nothing but balance. You're like, yep, they're going to rectify everything. If you've been doing other people's jobs for them, if you've been dealing with situations at work where it's been pettiness and nothing but you know, going behind people's backs and doing things like that, and little snitches, and people that just have too much time on their hands and should just be really focusing on work and or their betterment, right? Because if you have room enough to go and cause trouble at work, do you not have room enough and time enough to be able to research things that are productive and help elevate you to a higher position and just aspire to be better? I don't know. That's just my take, but I feel like there are going to be 3 people in particular that are going to be really pissed off about the shift in balance. And this could even be saying that perhaps this person realizes what's been going on, or is upfront with you, is open with you, and they shift the power in your situation and says, yeah, that I didn't realize that was wrong, or let's negotiate this, and perhaps they offer you a raise. Look, in the end, I feel like they are grateful to you and for you. But I mean, 6 months of not seeing that. And look, her belly looks big. I mean, you're creating something. And I feel like this person is grateful for you, but they sure aren't showing it. And it's caused you a lot of pain. So I feel like, whereas before you were kind of, I don't know, dealing with a lot of drama and a lot of BS at work, especially, I mean, these people are pissed off. Now, why would you be pissed off if we are just simply trying to balance the scales here and balance the workload? Maybe perhaps one person, wink, wink, you were probably carrying the bulk of the load, right? Maybe you're the one making decisions, not getting compensated for it. Maybe you're the one that's like, oh, hey, look, can you fix this, that, and the other? Maybe you can stay longer. Maybe you can, and all of these maybes got dumped in your lap, whereas you had little scallywags that had time to run around and cause trouble and drama, and other people aren't able to kind of relax and kick back. I don't know what the deal is here. Regardless, the scales being put in balance is putting them in a foul mood. And you know what? Oh, well. Oh, well, not me smiling. I'm just saying. So, best course of action, just because that kind of went quick. Best course of action, let bygones be bygones. People are going to be crying. You going to be leaving. Look at that bridge. It's like a bridge from one side to the other. You've spoken your truth. And I feel like people are going to also remember like the good times that you guys had, the connectivity, the Holy Grail cup of, oh my gosh, we have the same vision. Let's do this together. And how they feel miserable to keep their end of the bargain up, or just failed in communication. I don't know what this is, but it is what it is. And I think that you are definitely letting that go. Look, your final card, darling, the Magician. Yep. You've gleaned everything that you need from this situation. You're definitely moving on with the white attire right here. This is about having a purity of heart. This is about looking at your stability as above, so below. You know that you have all the tools to bring about better things in your life for you, and you have great ancestors standing behind you. Fear not. Much love to you, and until next time, namaste. Hi friends, welcome to my channel. If you chose pile number 3 with this beautiful ice cream cone, I mean, how could you not? I'm super excited. I fell in love with this right after I saw it. Of course, it's an ornament, but we do what we want here. So, pile number 3, we're about to find out your juicy justice. What's being balanced for you? Let's get a little bit of sagey sage to get rid of any previous energies. Might have to bust out with a new lighter. Okay. Pile 3. What's being balanced? Juicy justice. What's being balanced for you? I'd love to know what's being balanced for pile number 3. I'd like 2 cards. Here's one. And this is a little bit of a wild deck, so I got to be careful what I show on camera, although I haven't been very careful. Oh, nice. Okay. So here we have the Sun card and we have the Chariot. Neither one have naked people in them. That's great for YouTube standards. Anyways, so we have movement, and what's being balanced right now is your ability to make a move and to see sunny skies and to be able to see opportunities where they actually are opportunities. I feel like if you have been in doubt or in a situation where you can see clearly, that is ending, because with the Sun, it illuminates everything and everyone for you to be able to see things as they really are. Now, I feel like this has been, I have to say this, I feel like life is about to be getting sweet, okay? What's a juicy justice? What's being balanced for you, pile number 3? Okay, yeah. So any disrupts, anything that has served, any foundations that have like crumbled before your eyes, anything that you try to build upon that just didn't last, didn't have the longevity, or seemed like you were building on quicksand, all of that is being rectified. It's been illuminated and you're able to move on. I feel like you're having that epiphany and you're seeing, hey, if the building is burning down, then I guess it's my time to leave. And so your loyalty is going to be not to something that is over and done with. Your loyalty is about moving on and seeing what it is that Spirit has for you. And I think that's a really good thing. We all look at the Tower and we're like, oh no, the Tower. You like my like fake Billy voices. Anyways, so I have the Knight of Pentacles right here. And I feel like this is, okay, you're going to move a little bit slow and you're going to think, okay, what do I deposit my energy, my time, my blood, sweat, and tears on? Because I've learned from the past that if I make sudden moves or I build on a faulty foundation, things can and will crumble. And that is not a sweet thing at all. So I feel like you've learned those lessons and you're taking them forward. Moving forward, you are going to look at things quite differently. Now this right here, this lightning strike looks to me almost like a pathway. It's almost like the path to, oh goodness, you could have a deep connection to the Merkaba. The Merkaba, oh, that's, duh. Okay, so the Chariot is actually, how do I explain this without, the Chariot is an ascension. It's an ascension card. It's, represented by the Merkaba as well. So you could look into that a little bit more. I'm not super well versed on it, but this is about being guided onto the proper path. This is like following your true north and things like that. And I feel like you're tough enough. Yep, you are spiritual enough because you have the moon card on your lapels right here, the moon symbol. And I think that, you know, you can put up a fight if you need to. You are able to do all the things that you need to do in order to progress in a way that's going to really be beneficial. But again, with all the yellow right here, that's correct. You are going to make slow moves. You're going to do a lot more observational scouting, things like that, before you jump into anything. And so you could be just taking some time to meander, to travel, to look at things differently before you leave, okay? And when you do, I think that you're going to do it with full confidence, and it's going to be a solid thing. A solid thing, yes. And that's what you are looking for. Also, with the Chariot, you could have been on a long journey of fulfillment, I just heard. So the juicy justice is that things that you built that are like falling apart and things like that, I think that that's coming into the forefront. And the good thing about that is that you know not to throw your energy in there any longer. And you are, yep, look at that. What the heck? You are, yeah, anything that caused you heartache, heartbreak, made you feel left out, left in the dark, made you feel like you had hard times, made you feel like maybe even a loss of income, things like that. I feel like you were leaving those things behind. And it's giving you a lot of freedom. I think that that freedom is something that I feel like you were in pursuit of stability more than freedom. And now you're starting to see that freedom for what it truly is. And it's something that's going to really spark your attention. It's going to really touch your heart. It's going to help you in your glow up. What? And it's going to help you with the Nine of Pentacles to establish yourself. And whether you're already financially established or not, I feel like you're going to have the wherewithal to be able to provide for yourself, to think outside the box, to allow whatever it is that you want in your space, and to really put a parameter, a boundary, if you will, around things that you just don't want in your life. And I think that that's well warranted, right? So this is also giving me like the Three of Wands. I feel like you've been in some way, shape, and form kind of like waiting for that to transpire as well. So even though things have been crumbling, you could have seen the signs, you could have been ready, you know, for action, ready for motion. But I don't think that you are going to understand how alive you feel until all of that transpires. If you're in the middle of this, then I think you are a little bit, I feel like a thrill seeker, just a little bit of a thrill seeker-ish energy, okay? But the Wheel of Fortune is moving for you on your behalf. And, you know, as we discussed on that channel before, if we look towards the center more, the less movement you're going to have, the less motion, the less ups and downs you're going to have. If you decide to sit on the edge, you're going to be up and down and all day long. So this is experiencing highs and lows. This is going with emotions. This is feeling out of control and then having doubts. Who needs all that? Get to the center, get focused, and be like, you know what? There are going to be ups, there are going to be downs. I'm going to have emotions, but I'm focused on this. And this is solid because you're methodical. You can trust yourself. And I think this goes back to like trusting yourself. Look at that. You can have a connection to pile number 2 because this just rolled right in there, right on screen. Unprecedented. Hello. Doing whatever it wants, okay? But I feel like you have a decision to make right here. So we are going to take that. And okay, so we're doing this. We're doing this. The decision is about seeking the Holy Grail. I think this has a lot to do with your freedom, creative freedom, emotional freedom, freedom to really, I don't know, navigate your life as you see fit. Because this right here almost looks like a navigational system as well. So your abundance has a lot to do with your own inner navigational system, your inner warning system as well. It will tell you, hey, this is not a good place to go. There is, you know, an obstruction here. And so on. I mean, not like I really know what a navigational system would alert you. Well, yeah, I mean, I do, right? So when we're driving, it could look like this. It could be like, okay, crash reported ahead 4 miles or whatever. Use the next 4 lanes. I don't know. But something to that effect. And I feel like you're coming within your own power, like your own sovereignty is what I'm hearing. Juicy justice. What's being balanced here, please? Yeah, you're standing on top and you're able to really defend yourself. You're able to really come from a place of experience, of skill, of mastery, of wisdom. And if anybody comes for you, they're going to get it, let me tell you. So I think that that's all good. I don't think that you just stand on here unprovoked. And look at you looking all fly with them heels, looking fun as wine. I mean, that's how we do? Okay, apparently that's how we do. Juicy justice. I feel like, yeah, you're, look. Okay, hopefully these won't have no nakies. Nope. Look. Juicy justice, all the people, I feel, all the situations that betrayed you, that lied to you, that served to want to even make fun of you and pale you with the swords, as if one sword isn't enough to really kill somebody. I feel like those situations are leaving your life. With this terrain, it almost looks like an echo of that tower that has fallen. So something that you thought was solid really is crumbling. But on the other hand, on the flip side, I feel like you're no longer going, yeah, it's okay, it's okay, I'm not hurt. You know how little kids, when they fall down and they're like bleeding and they look to you and they're like, I'm okay. They jump back up, I'm okay. But you're not doing that anymore. Even this chick is like, are you texting SOS or are you texting I'm okay? Because I really feel like you're the okay kind of person. You're like, yeah, I'll deal with it, I'm okay. But you're done with being okay with nonsense, with bullshit, with things that take you to a bad place in life, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, with things that have been built on a faulty foundation, with high expectations of you, whereas other people cannot possibly meet those expectations. So I think you're done with that. And that is what's changing for you. Now, the High Priestess is here. And the High Priestess tells us that you definitely know what's going on. I hear a little bit of Marvin Gaye. What's going on? So I don't know what that's about. This could be like you finding a romance in the middle of all this. Like that's not even on the map. And here we are. I'm hearing my Marvin Gaye. So we have this little kind of shower curtain, this little like cloth barrier, separating the High Priestess from, you know, from the Creator, from the great I am, from God, from Spirit, from her higher self, whatever it is. And I feel like you are just incredibly intuitive. And look, your heels, you might love to wear like different shoes or heels, or you might have some amazing footwear, even if it's like tennies or whatever, I don't know, right? But I think that you have a story to tell. Even with this High Priestess, you could have a book or a chapter in you, or something that you can share with the world, an ebook that would be really impactful and really helping other people to really explore and, I heard, save themselves. Now, I have right here this Chariot card. And again, this has been leading me to believe that this has to do with like freedom and really exploring freedom. Now, pile number 3, you guys always wind up being my conspiracy theory people. I'm just gonna say it because that's the vibe I'm getting here. Warning. I feel like you're looking at the world differently. I feel like you're also looking at the world, for example, like that tower that is crumbling. Yeah, you're looking and saying, you know, we spent all these years working for a home, a house, and a hearth, and an illusion that we want to pass this on to the next generation, to the next family member, this, that, the other, and we want to own things. And we loudly proclaim, this is my house, and this is, you know, but if the house is not paid off, that is not your house. That's a bank's house. I'm sorry, but that's how I look at things. And I feel like you are somebody who is just digging beneath the surface. You're starting to see things, or maybe you have seen things quite differently than other people. And perhaps this is stating that I'm just speaking out. But I feel like with that, you have like some incredible juicy energy. You are definitely an individual here that is master of themselves, is in the process of mastering themselves. And constantly we're always evolving and growing and stretching ourselves beyond our limits so that we can grow. We don't want to be stagnant, right? That's the whole point. And I'm going to say that your soul's journey is a lot about reclaiming your self-esteem. Even this person right here is looking at that chair in the middle of the road. And I feel like this is Spirit saying, you know what? Reclaim your self-worth. You are definitely more than worth it. And this person's like, well, I'm great and I'm almost dying and I'm almost dead. And I don't know if I have enough breath in me, and dare I sit on that beautiful throne, that beautiful chair? Isn't it meant for somebody important? And Spirit's like, yeah, it's meant for you. Pile number 3, that chair is meant for you. You are royalty. You are honored. You are deeply, deeply loved and well looked after. And I'm seeing what, again, softening my gaze and my mind's eye, looking out to the woods, I see a cat. So I feel like you have deep intuition. And I feel like you could be close to the other side as well, close to the veil, as portrayed by the High Priestess. You can actually see people that have crossed over and commune with them. But I feel like they love you dearly because they understand what you've been through and you're divinely supported. And this is part of your roadmap, or yeah, pretty much. Expansion. So pile number 3, you have expansion coming to you with the yellow. It seems like it's, I don't know, yellow what? Yellow flowers maybe? This is talking about your solar plexus. This is about el ánimo, el gusto, the drive and the desire and the will and to be able to do things differently and to be able to pursue your passions. If it's making miniature things, then by golly, make your miniature things and enjoy them. But whatever it is, I feel like you're divinely supported. And I feel like even your ancestors are speaking truth into you and trying to breathe more life into you. With this blue right here and this gray, I feel like maybe there's a need to speak a little bit more of your truth and start embracing your solar plexus. Yeah. Vanity. What? Okay. So vanity, I feel like here this is talking about what is being brought into balance is, you know what, you lost your self-esteem a long time ago. A lot of your self-esteem, well, maybe not a long time ago, but I feel like that kind of went by the wayward, and even like your direction, because the chariot just went, like, where am I going with this? Okay. But the chariot right here is like your direction, and it just fell. So I feel like your self-worth has been in question for a long time. I don't feel like other people necessarily know about it. And maybe you don't share about it on a deep level. And it's not like you have to air your business to the world like I do here on YouTube, simply because it is what I do. I don't know. Here we are. But I'm going to say that people might state that you are vain, that you are just looking after what you can do or where you need to go and things like that. But that's just not true. I feel like you're gaining self-worth, and it could be seen and portrayed as vanity, but that could be nothing but further from the truth, right? I feel like he's dressed in amethyst, and this ancestor, this person right here, which also I feel like represents you, is you are somebody who brings healing, okay? And I feel like you could be drawn to master numbers or master. You could be drawn to a guru. You could be seen as a guru. People can think, well, he or she touts themselves as a guru, like they know best and this, that, and the other. And it's just all sorts of like complaints instead of focusing on what they have going on. I don't think that you're like in the villas over here, like preaching on the streets, like, you know, old school wise people used to do, or so we are told. I feel like you're not making speeches for people necessarily to listen to. I feel like you are definitely standing up and speaking to your community, and other people probably come to listen and only to gossip. And, you know, that's just life. And that's just people that have nothing better to do, and they have no goals and no voice of their own. And that's okay. That's their problem. So let's see your best course of action. You're definitely divinely supported. I mean, you have that throne gifted to you, made just for you. Okay, so we're talking about this. Are we a soulmate? And soulmates, I always feel like they don't always have to be romantic. They can be, but you're divinely supported. And I feel like, okay, part of you could even be astral traveling to meet the soulmate. Your third eye is open. You have divine protection as well, but this is going to be rooted in reality. So if you've been feeling like, you know, I just feel like there is someone there for me, or someone that really understands me, even a soulmate that is non-romantic, it could be platonic, it doesn't make a difference. There's all sorts of different kinds of love, right? And I feel like your energy field is definitely opening up to this even more and more. You are attracting your people, including this soulmate. You could be drawn to what is that stone called? It's a crystal. Amalite. Amalite could be very important to you as well. You could be clairaudient, by the way. Clairaudient, but you guys are definitely my conspiracy theorists. Look, and I think that you're just kind of like, you look at things very analytically, and you're kind of like, okay, you say that's my house, but yet you have the title. So if I miss 1 or 2 steps or 3, you know what's going to happen. And I think that you're seen behind the veil. Okay. And it's things such as like, okay, so I paid taxes on this, but then I'm going to get taxed every time I spend a little bit and a little bit more, and so on and so forth. And if I gift it, that person will get taxed. And, so you're going to start seeing kind of this, is it Ponzi scheme? Anyways, this kind of scheme and this whole setup. So that's not for everybody. I know that everybody's not a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like if you're awakening and you're unveiling and you're starting to look at things differently, for sure, you are starting to see that. Another thing that I'm going to tell you is that you are starting to even think or you're starting to see things maybe on your personal feed about mermaids. Mermaids, specifically sirens. So yeah, sirens, and you could be thinking about that as well. So that's part of like conspiracy theory. Even though there's like footage of it, I don't know what to think. You make up your own conclusions. I'm not here to do pro and con of any situation. It's your life. But I feel like you're going to, you know, start looking at things in your feed, and it can cause you some anxiety, some unexpected anxiety that you didn't necessarily sign up for. Okay, so here we go. You have higher knowledge. When you start feeling anxious, definitely dip in. I heard dip in, so I have to say it like that. Dip into your higher knowledge. Look at this scarf. This is like the mother load of scarves. This is like the scarf of all times. I will put my foot on my scarf, and it's around my throat chakra. I speak nothing but the truth. I am connected to source, and I have the keys of wisdom and the keys of knowledge at my feet. And I feel like indeed you do. You could be somebody who really enjoys doing hand withdrawals. So any of these, you know, any, I don't know, whatever, any of these. My personal favorite lately has been this. So, and then you bring that up to your chest. So any of those, even these can be something. So you might want to look into mudras, and that could be a source of decompression for you, a source of stress relief, and a source of communing with spirit and your higher self. So I think that all of these things are going to come into a balance once again. The gossip, you're leaving it behind. You don't give two S's about it. I'm just going to say, I feel like you have a period of romantic time. Comment chica bomba. I'm just kidding. But really look at the softening of the light back there. And that's what's up. Look. Yeah, you could be, ending dark times, ending times where you're walking away from people, places, and things, and celebrating, entering a celebration, ending things. I'm just going to hide her because, that don't serve you any longer. It's going to be a period of time where you enter the warmth of what Spirit has for you, and you are deeply celebrated. I feel like you're going to be recognized. I feel like the white horse that you are on as well is that people are starting to see that you are your most authentic self, that you really mean for the highest good when you say the highest good. And I feel like this has been really difficult for the people to wrap their minds around and comprehend, simply because they don't have the same heart. And wow, is that a revelation? I mean, phew. Anyways, you do have a lot of people looking, because I'm just now looking at a lot of birds out here. And there are a lot of birds looking at you, okay? And I just want to say, keep on keeping, because Juicy Justice is about to do their thing for you. Don't underestimate yourself. Allow yourself to connect and be receptive to reciprocal energy, to supportive energy, and to love and favors of all different kinds, okay? Because what you have coming is good for, it's sweet, baby. It's sweet. Okay. Much love to you. Until next time. Namaste.